Back on this Sunday morning, Ken, we're definitely going to end the weekend on a much different and drier note than we started it.
Yeah, and the good news is not only is it going to be dry today, it's going to be dry for the next 5 to 6 days out there. So be ready to enjoy seasonably mild temperatures as you go ahead and close out the weekend and begin the work week. As you take a quick look at Six Flags behind me, I like this shot because to the east you can see the cloud cover and then a fine line right down the middle there, and to the west, clear skies. And we're going to be really much trending that clear skies for the most part of today for that sun to return. Although the pesky breeze is going to be a nuisance for the most part, but we will take the winds any which way we can. But temperatures right now, East Longmeadow, the only community above 40 at this moment, 39 in Springfield, mainly the mid to upper 30s for most of Western Mass. But temperatures are going to crawl on up, and I think they're going to be settling in the upper 40s today, so still relatively on the mild side for this time of year. But look at our wind speeds. That high pressure is behind that cold front that brought some rain, some wind, some damaging wind into picture last evening. But the wind's going to be sticking around as these air masses kind of seesaw back and forth and settle down a little bit. But you're going to be talking about winds from the west-northwest today between 15 and 20 miles per hour. Currently, Westfield 18 miles per hour from the northwest, Orange 12, a little bit easier as far as breeze goes, with Springfield reading 8 miles per hour at this time. But cycling back real quick on last evening's storms, we had some reported trees down in Berkshire County up just to the northeast of Pittsfield. Had a little bit of a power outage as well, as some of those trees that got knocked down ended up taking some wires as well, bringing some few blocks of some power issues for that region. Then another situation off in Worcester County with readings up over 50 miles per hour, knocking a couple trees down as well, causing some issues out there. If you noticed last evening, probably woke up to some of the howling winds out there as well. But our rain totals, most of the heaviest of the rain totals was out in Worcester County, about 1.6 inches anyway in Worcester County. Those darker greens as well, probably representative of totals closer towards 2 inches. But just to the east of Greenfield, 1.4 inches, down towards Springfield, about 0.2 of an inch, and then talking about maybe an inch or so in parts of Berkshire County. But you can see that fine line between that cold front. You're going to have the cooler, dry air off to the west, maybe a quick flurry or so early on in Berkshire County, but the cloud cover is now migrating off into the east, and that precipitation is well off into the sea. Our high pressure, though, that's going to be dominating the region, and it's going to be tracking up to the east-northeast. But our precipitation, that is what brought the havoc last evening, and that is now well and away, and not have to worry about that so much for you to be able to enjoy your Sunday. Talk about temperatures sticking around overnight, elevated upper 30s, low 40s or so, but the windy conditions will stick around for the most part today, with temperatures settling up in the upper 40s, mid 40s for some communities anyway, and then maybe some afternoon clouds roll back on in, but it's going to stay dry for the most part. But a quick look at our East Coast temperature change here, just the difference over where we had that terrible storm off into the Midland. Talk about a 30 to 35 degree temperature difference, which is major actually as far as comparison, how these air masses are really contrasting there. But looking ahead, we're going to have a few days of temperatures really sticking on that mild side, knocking on the door of 50 degrees as you get into Tuesday, 48 as well, and then you're going to be embarking on some nice dry weather, but these winds are going to be sticking around between about 20 to 25 miles per hour as the afternoon progresses. Looking at our long 7-day forecast there, a couple 50-degree weather, so it's going to be nice and mild as you enjoy this dry stretch of weather for the work week. Back on over to you, Bree.